This video is for students to know how to start inputting experiences into ManageBack, and it's also for CAS advisors to know what students should have in their portfolio. I'm going to use Josh as an example, and we are in Josh's ManageBack portfolio, and he does not have anything posted yet. So for the very first time to post something, he will go over here and click on Add CAS Experience. And then it needs a title. So we can say, for example, volunteering at K9. Okay, that lets us know he didn't put just K9. Some students tend to do that. Putting K9 or putting U16 football, this isn't clear enough for myself or for your CAS advisor. You could put, for example, coaching GIS under 16 football. That's much clearer. Or volunteering at K9. That's much clearer. So please make sure that the experience name is something that is very clear for advisors and for yourself to know what you'll be doing. So we'll just go ahead and stick with this coaching GIS under 16 football. And we think to ourselves, is this creativity, activity, or service? And I believe it is service. And I would think that coaching that they might also be very active in it. So I'll click activity too. So he's able to get activity and service through this one experience. Now we want to know what kind of service it is. Is it direct? Is it advocating? Is it indirect or research? The CAS handbook does have definitions posted in there about this, but this is direct service. It is Josh directly helping students. In terms of approaches, we want to know if it's community-based, if it's ongoing, if it's school-based, if it's purely individual. If he were taking tennis lessons, for example, we would click off individual. But this is something school-based, and it's ongoing as well. Let's say, for example, that it's going to run from January until end of May. Okay, so he can say what dates that he'll be doing that as well. And he'll come over here and he'll put the supervisor's name. Now, if it is somebody that is off campus, it's not a GIS teacher, we would want to put the name, we would want to put their email, and we would also want to have their phone number in there. So a supervisor that is off the campus needs to have 3 pieces of information in there. If it's going to be one of our teachers, then we would just need to have the supervisor's name and the supervisor's email. That is the GIS, Jim's EDU email. Over here are the description and the goals for where, when, who, what, why. And we want to see information that talks about how often it's going to be, where it's going to be, what the goal is for that for the student, what you want to meet. So I'll put down, for example, I will be coaching GIS students in grades 6 to 8 every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. with Mr. Keene. My goal is to learn the rules of coaching and to lead a team. I would think that a good description could be anywhere from, say, 3 to 5 sentences, as long as it's very clear for the advisor, so the advisor know what your goal is and whether you've met it. We'll see that through your reflections, and we want to know how often you're doing it and where you're doing it. Right over here are the learning outcomes. So the student will click off, let's see, strength and growth. Let's say Josh does play soccer. He already has strength in it, but he's going to be growing in a new area, which is coaching. It's also going to be a challenge, and he's going to learn new skills. Is he committed and he perseveres through this? I believe so. He's going to be doing it for months. Is it any form of global engagement? I don't think so, so I won't check that off. Ethics and choices of actions. It's possible. If he can prove that he's making ethical choices in there, he can click that off. Is he collaborating? Yes, he is, with Mr. Keene and with students. And is he initiating and planning? Not so sure about whether he would initiate and plan it. That is up to him. If Mr. Keene has it all planned out, then Josh would not be able to click this off. But if Mr. Keene and Josh work closely together and plan what they're going to do at each session, then he can click this off. So, whatever students check off here in the learning outcomes, they will just need to prove that they met that learning outcome in their reflections. And then you would want to click Add CAS Experience. And that is how you initially input your information. It is that easy. And then students, you can go out and you can start. And teachers, if you are an advisor, you can see right here the types of information that is required.